Hey guys, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another StapleSpeaks. Now, this one is gonna be pretty similar to the last StapleSpeaks, as it is a story-based one. But no, we've not just got one, we've got two stories to talk about, and they're both about non-league club Torquay United. Now, Torquay United are in the Vanarama League, which is the fifth league of English football, and they are not a very impressive club. They've not really won a lot, but their legacy transcends what they've done in football itself. They have become quite a big of a cult following, and they are quite possibly one of the biggest non-league teams out there, and it's just because of these stories. So we're gonna get into a few of these stories. We're gonna get into two of the most famous stories surrounding the club, and yeah. Also, I hope you like the lighting. Anyway, let's get into the first story. So the first story we're going to get into is the most famous one about Torquay United, and it was so famous that it was converted into a Netflix episode for the series Losers, which by the way I heavily recommend for everyone watching this video. It's an amazing show, you need to watch it. Anyway, the season is 1987 to 1988. This is the first season that in League 2 you get automatically relegated straight down to amateur football if you came last. Now, Torquay United go into the last game of the season, third last, behind Crew Alexandra and Swindon Town. Now, they had to draw their game against Crew Alexandra to stay up, and by halftime they were 2-1 down but they were 2-0 down, and in the 80th minute their striker picks up a goal and it becomes 2-1. Now, this is where things get interesting. They start getting really desperate for shots and they really start running after the ball. The fans are going insane. So the police have started calling in police dogs into the stadium to try and control the situation, because at this point Torquay United were going down without a question. They were last at this point. Now, at the end of this, we see Jim McNichol going for a throw in. The ball goes out of play, he's running towards the ball, and then suddenly the dog, the ball was near a dog, and the dog felt threatened and bit Jim McNichol straight in the thigh. Now, this has become quite a cult story, and it's become a very famous story surrounding this club, because Jim McNichol was the right back and he was really promising at the time, and he got a huge chunk of his leg bitten by this dog, and they had to spend 4 minutes trying to tie him up and trying to make sure that he's still okay. However, this was a time where there was one substitution and nothing else. Now, at this point, that they'd use their one substitution, and if Jim McNichol did not continue, they'd be down to 10 men in a game they were already losing in. So he continued to stay on, and he got bandaged and took 4 minutes to do that. So that meant 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of regulation time, right? And in those 4 minutes, the striker picks up probably the most important goal in their history, keeping them up at 2-all, making the game 2-all, keeping them up. And on that day, Swindon Town did go down, making them the first team to get automatically relegated into amateur football. Now, this next one I think's even weirder, so please stick around. So now we're gonna talk about Leroy Rossenior. Now he is a bang average player, used to be at least, and got his fame as a pundit, but you may not know that he's also used to be a manager. Now he was in 2007 he was appointed as the Torquay United manager in the start of the season, and he was tasked, he was told everything, but the main thing he was told was that the club was undergoing a takeover. Now, let me give this context that Leroy Senior already was the manager for Torquay United from 2004 to 2006, and then started the 2007-08 season he got appointed again. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. The club was obviously undergoing a takeover, and the thing was that the old management told him that he would stick around until the club gets fully taken over, and then the new chief execs would find out what to do with him and see if they still want him in a job. Now, the thing is that Leroy Rosenior didn't know that the takeover was happening as soon as he was in. Literally 5 minutes after he was appointed and announced as the manager, the takeover was complete. And then he immediately had a meeting with the chief execs saying, Oi, who told me that this takeover is happening now? And he's like, yeah, and chief exec was like, yeah, we don't even need you. You're sacked. This makes Leroy Sané the shortest manager in the history of football in a grand total of 10 minutes. Let me put this to you. 10 minutes is enough time for Mario Götze to smash in the winner in the World Cup final in the second half of extra time. 10 minutes was all it took to make the entire comeback of Lucas Moura possible. It took 10 minutes. Okay, no, not really. It took 10 seconds. Barca didn't even see that corner coming from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it took 10 minutes for the entire penalty shootout between Bayern and Chelsea that won Chelsea the 2012 Champions League final. Come on, the Blues. Anyway, this 10-minute piece of history, according to the entire world, is constantly being dismissed by the club, saying that, oh, he was in charge for another week. But then Glenn Hoddle was put as the manager literally the next day. So I don't really know what they were thinking when they were saying that he was actually there for an extra week, because the 10 minutes thing did happen. Leroy has confirmed it multiple times in multiple interviews, and I think it's time we say, Leroy Desanya, how unlucky are you? You spent 10 minutes in a club. 10 minutes, that's enough for a football manager save. That's crazy. Anyway, let's move on to the outro. These stories have been absolutely crazy to research. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Now, I hope you like this lighting I've made. I've made it a little warmer so that my face can be seen a little better, and so that I guess you notice that I have a mirror over there so it reflects off the light when I use a different lighting scheme. I hope you like these warmer lights. Please keep it down in the comment section below. Please tell me what kind of topics you want me to cover, because I really like making both kinds of videos. I really love making my every Premier League club, but it's really hard making those concepts. But I'm really liking these story times I'm making. I hope I can continue these. But anyways, until the next time, peace.